Okay, we're live. Hi, Elliot Fishman here. It's Thursday, January 29th. If you're on the East Coast, hope you're keeping warm. If you're in California or Florida, hope you're keeping cool. Let's see. Lots of things going on. I did get a haircut last week. Not really well combed. Got some grooming. What can I say? Anyway, we're working. It was the snow and we're busy. And the good news is you're stuck inside. We recorded a lot of lectures. Did a lot of incredible number of teaching files. You'll see that'll be put up. We also, the pearls for the month of February is a new record. So lots of good stuff. My talk today, discussion, is on the economics of AI. Now, every time something new comes along in medicine or anywhere, economics is always critical, right? Because we have limited resources. We need to make certain we're getting our money's worth. And the question with AI, like years before the question with CT and the question with PACS, is now the time, or should you wait? Many people waited on PACS. Probably Elliot Siegel wrote articles 10 years before places got PACS, right? And he showed, how it changed everything. And there was a good article by Elliot Siegel in Radiology this month, or it's coming out, about the economics of AI. And so one of the things about AI is, how do you measure economics? Does it mean the radiologist could read more cases in the same period of time and generate more RVUs? That would be one way of measuring economics. If you could do 60 RVUs rather than 50, that 10 would pay for itself, perhaps. The second is, what about accuracy? What if you only read the same 50, but you were more accurate? What about if you only read the same 50, but your work, you had read AI and it made the conclusions for you, and it helped you along so you were less stressed out and felt better? Stressing out is bad, and feeling better is good. What about the apps? Should you get breast? Should you get brain bleed? Should you get PE? There was an article I just read about gastric cancer detection, working on pancreas. What do you need to buy? You need to buy everything? Something? Do you need to get it for chest, x-rays, for plain films, for CT, for MR? There are so many possibilities. And it's not as simple as just even having the money. It's the integration into the system, which also is expensive and time-consuming, and training. The reality is you need to get started. This is like the old days with PACS, right? Well, I got all these alternators, I got these film processors, I got all these people working here. What am I going to do with the film? What am I going to do with the chemicals? Well, one day we turned the switch, took out all the processors, took out all of those rolling things which cost $20,000, $30,000. We had probably 30 of them in Hopkins, $1 million worth of rollers and light bulbs. Unfortunately, we laid off many people, right? Because the film clerks, a few could be retrained, but you didn't need that many film clerks. You have film clerks in every place, giving out the film, signing in, signing out. Where's the x-rays? Where's for surgery? Where's the CT? It was madness, right? We got rid of that. AI is the same thing. You don't need to go all in at one time, but you can't be waiting around. I'm impressed that with AI, you see a lot of the private groups. There was an announcement today between Rad Partners and Stanford. A lot of the work RadNet is doing, right? They own their own AI companies. There was announcements about some new applications from AI Doc yesterday that was approved by the FDA, these federation models. There's so much changing on what seems to be a daily basis. Sometimes it seems to be an hourly basis to me. So the question is, how do you say it's economically feasible? That's always in the eye of the beholder. Now, radiologists think, and probably rightly so, like PACS, this should be paid for by the institution, not by the department, because it benefits everyone. Faster throughput, increased revenue, all of those things benefit everybody. And so the radiologists should not be the ones bearing the cost, and I would agree with that. But I think you need to start somewhere. Whether it's reporting software, whether it's PE, whether it's mammography, whether it's brain bleeds, or any three of the above. And there are many more applications, obviously. 11 were in that AI doc thing. You need to get them. You need to get started. You can't say tomorrow. We're going to do it tomorrow. We're looking at the economics. Elliot Siegel in the article in Radiology makes the point that the economic model is a little bit tricky, but it's not just can you read more or read faster. It's the quality, it's the integration, it's the referring physicians, how they like stuff, okay? The accuracy, everything needs to be put together. Read the article, okay? We can give you a link if you don't see it, but you got to be thinking, you got to move ahead. I think now is not the time to sit on our hands. Our time is to move forward. Now, of course, what you want to do when you're looking at PACS, make sure that there was an article just published in JACR that made the point that your protocols need to be correct. The same scanner, if you're giving 3 millimeter slice thickness rather than 1, the PE accuracy decreases. So if you're going to get to AI, you need to make sure you do the studies the correct way so the AI can work. So it's a whole continuum of practice improvement, quality thinking, looking forward, doing better. And at the end of the day, we need to do better for our patients. We need to do better for ourselves. We need to do better for society. So get started. Waiting is never the answer for most things. And surely waiting now, there's enough of really good opportunity to do things. Not everything. I'm not saying it's all going to be done at once. But get started. Don't be snoozing. And let me see, I don't see anybody. There's people online, but I must be looking in the wrong place. But anyway, with that, read the article. We put a lot of pearls up this month about AI. Read those, and have a great day, everybody.